Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. I hope you woke well, and I hope your ride here was good. And I hope your ride here was good. Good morning, and welcome to CSL Seattle. We have our guest pianist today, Sean Schlegel, on piano. Give him a warm welcome today. He's joining the bunch today. We're going to start out this morning with a little song with I Give Myself Permission. Often we need permission from ourselves. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to be passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission.
That helps. I gave myself permission to turn it on. I am on right here, right now. And in this place of being on, that's the place where the Infinite One is. It's on as us, as each and every one of us. And so I recognize and know that this permission that I give myself is a permission to be free, to be loving, to be joyful. And anything within me, any perceived voice that I have within me, whether it's the voice of my parents or society or any other place that says, no, you can't, I know that that voice is not the voice of God. Because the voice of God is always for its own expansion, its own creation, its own loving beingness in this world. And so as I choose to be in this world, I recognize and know that this beingness has shown up as each and every one of us. That we have shown up to say yes to this life. We have shown up to say yes to who we can be expressed as God in form. We are informed by the Infinite One, and it informs us as we move forward into this day. And so I declare that from the music to the meditation to the message, that each and every aspect of self that is emerging as us is emerging joyfully exponentially as the highest potentiality of itself. And so I declare that today, easily, effortlessly, and in that peace that always says yes. And so it is. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Abigail Schairer, and I'm a minister here, and it is my pleasure to welcome you today to Center for Spiritual Living Seattle. It is our intention that between the music and the message and the meditation that you get what you come here for. And I love that this service was designed especially for you by Creator itself. And so as we move through this time together, I know that there's something within you that is awakened to the glory and the joy and the beingness that you are just by saying yes to being here today. So I'm glad you're here. Welcome home. Yeah. And I wanted to let you know that if you are new here, if you've been here first or second or third time, and you're physically here in the seat back pockets, we have these lovely cards that tell you more about our center. The second one is the connection card. If you want to get our weekly email, we have lots going on. Our weekly email is not just a newsletter about what's going on. It also has great articles and information and good news about what we're up to. So if you fill that connection card out, we will send you that weekly email about what we're up to. For those of you online, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We also have a connection card for you. It's a virtual version of it. And I want to remind you that our greater community actually is online. And we love to interact with you as well. So if you could log in, say where you're from. We want to know where you're hailing from, where you're hanging out. If you get inspired or you want to share something, we have a live moderator that's online to interact with you. And I'm so glad you're here as well. So with that, I did want to say that we have a very great crew today. Sean on the piano, Joe on drums. We've got James on the bass and Yuri on the percussion. Yeah. And we have some great people up as our tech support today. Bruce is back with us. Bruce and Guy and Danny, we got a great crew today. So welcome and thank you for all of you. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I really am so grateful to introduce our so-called guest musician, who really isn't a guest for us. She's one of our beloved community, and also quite a well-known jazz singer in the state of Washington, and actually globally. You went to some jazz concert in another country, I remember. Wales. So we are truly honored to have LaVon Hardison with us today to kick it off and connect our hearts with some music. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. What a lovely introduction. My cats just look at me and say, the lady who fed me. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. In a minute. When spirits say yes, nobody can say no. 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 I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know spirits guiding me. Where you lead me, I will go. I have no fear, 'cause I know who's in control. There's no limit to what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. All belongs to you. You are almighty and all powerful, and it all belongs to you. All belongs to you. When spirits say yes, nobody can say no. 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 I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know
I don't know if you played a lot of games as a kid, but I did. I played this game called Mother May I. Did anybody else play that game? Oh, yeah. Well, I actually had to look it up again because I wanted to talk about it. And it goes like this, where one person is the mother and the rest of the children are the children. And the point of the game, you stand far away. The kids stand far away from the mother. And the kids say, "Mother, may I, take 2 steps forward like a kangaroo?" And then mother can say either yes, you may, or no, you may not. And then mother can also suggest a different way you could take steps forward if you want to. Like, no, you can't take 2 steps forward like a kangaroo, but you can take 4 steps forward like a crab. And then the kids would do that. And the whole point was whoever got first to the mother got to be the mother the next time. And so it was really fun, really silly. And as kids, I think we knew that it was just playing around. But as an adult, I recognized that oftentimes we're stuck in that same loop of asking permission from our parents, our authority figures, society, in order to say, may I do this thing? May I be this thing? May I, whatever it is that your inner soul is seeking. And I have good news for you. The answer is, yes, you may. Yes, you may. So I'd like you to repeat after me. Yes, I may.
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 All right. Now you get that into your bones, into your system, into your knowingness, because the truth is that the universe is always saying, yes, I may, yes, you may. Because if whatever you're seeking is for greater expansion, if whatever you're seeking is an inner call, and if what you're seeking harms nobody, then the answer is always yes. And when I think about what has prevented me, if the truth is the answer has always been yes, how come I haven't X, Y, or Z? Right? How come I haven't? And I can think in my head, the society's version of what's right and appropriate. Like, you want to be an artist? No, you can't. You don't make any money as an artist or a musician. You want to sing? You can't sing. You sing off key. You want to have a job, but you don't have a degree? That doesn't work in our world. But the truth is, it does work in our world. I remember that I really wanted to work at Stanford University, and I worked at a staffing agency where Stanford was our client. And I found out that they had much better benefits and better pay than the staffing agency I was working at. So I decided to quit the staffing agency and apply for jobs at Stanford. At the time, I didn't have any degrees. Now, this is an educational institution, and of course, the educational institution has, bachelor's degree in this, master's degree in this, and all of these things. And at first, I was looking at these jobs that I wanted, and I would take myself out. Because I would be like, oh, well, I can do all those things, or I have that experience, or I know how to do all of that. But then it would say this one little criteria, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't do it. And so I wouldn't even apply. And then I went to a class at a Center for Spiritual Living, which happened to be in San Jose, and I learned that it's oftentimes our own restrictions that prevent us from getting that thing that we desire. So I started applying all over Stanford campus, and I interviewed. I got to this final interview for this one position, and I didn't make it. But they interviewed me. And later on, I ended up getting a job at Stanford, but not working for Stanford. I was a temp working at the Stanford Faculty Club. And it was a year later, and this guy who had interviewed me came in to the faculty club, and he says, "Oh, Abigail, you're working at the faculty club, and they have a 5-bedroom hotel here. And and I would love to give you a job. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, we're opening up a hotel on campus, and we need people with hotel experience. And plus, I saw your other experience on your resume, and I really wanted to hire you then, but there was this wonderful woman who had a little bit more experience than you, and so I hired her, but you fit the bill now. And so out of the blue, I got hired. Come to find out, they also had a degree requirement for that job that I got hired for. So what are you doing that's preventing you from your own yes? What kind of thoughts, beliefs, or ways of thinking have you decided that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, or you can't have it because somebody else says that it's not possible? I can tell you all kinds of stories of people in this community that really have awakened to the sense that their yes is God's yes for them. What I want you to recognize is that you are the source. You are the genesis. You're the beginning where all things are possible. There's this wonderful person, Siddhartha Gautama, and he was a prince. He was wealthy. He had lots of money. Lots of money. He had everything he wanted. He could have people serve him the most delicious food. He could have, wealth, glory, whatever he wanted. And yet something within him was lacking. And he couldn't figure out what it was. He was like, God, I have everything, and I'm just not, there's something missing here. And so he went off on this epic adventure where he went past the walls of his place that he lived in, and he saw suffering, and he saw sadness, and he saw sickness, and he saw death, which he'd never seen before as a prince holed up in his castle. And he was like, what is the point of this life? Why am I here? What's going on? And so he decided to just sit. And he said, I'm going to sit under this darn tree until I achieve enlightenment. And he sat, and he sat, and he sat. And he sat, and he sat, and he sat, and he sat. A really long time. And as he was contemplating life and purpose, there was something that came over him. And it was like this awareness that he was connected to everything. That he wasn't just a person, that he was part of this grand, beautiful, gorgeous design of life. That it was seeking to express itself through the beauty, through the love that it is, and that he is. And he became awakened to this truth, where that's all he was able to see was that love, was that deep and abiding connection. So they called him the awakened one. You might know him as the Buddha. But what do we need to do to get to that place? Because I can tell you something, and that's great. But it doesn't mean anything unless you get it on a deep level. See, enlightenment comes when the conditions are right. And enlightenment also comes when we say yes. We have to be willing to be open, to be available. We have to say yes to ourselves, to that inner call, to that stirring. If you don't say yes, it's not going to happen. You have to be open to that higher wisdom to come through you. Modern physics says that everything arises from nothing. They call it the quantum vacuum. But the nothing isn't a nothing, it's a something. There's something that is interconnected. The nothing is actually something. And so the nothingness from which we came is actually a somethingness from which we arose. And in quantum physics, they know it's all interconnected. That everything is part of this one united field, they call it. And I wonder if I really got that at a deep level, how it would change me. Because I do get it, and I remember it oftentimes, but then I forget. I had something happen, not happen to me, but I've had some experiences recently where I recognize that I'm upset. I recognize that I'm upset, and I'm feeling victimized. I don't know if anybody's ever felt victimized in their life. Yeah. Feeling victimized. And I saw this video on YouTube, and I don't even know how I got this video because I am not a person, I'm interested in near-death experiences, but I don't go on YouTube and look at that. But for some reason, YouTube fed me this video of this woman who had a near-death experience. And she goes through this near-death experience, and she's like, okay, so I'm at this life review place, and I think, oh, God knows all these terrible things I've done in my life, and I feel awful about them, and I'm going to see these things. And she doesn't. And she's like, I don't understand. And God said, well, you don't need to see that. You need to see this. And she saw the fact that she was really hating on some of these people. And she's like, these people, they deserved it. They were not great people in the universe. Not good people in the world. They have done bad things. And yet it was that thing that she was getting this review of. And she saw that every time she said something bad about this person out there, that the energy of that bad and negative thought actually literally went to them and then contributed to them being a harmful person. And so she got this message of, I teach about forgiveness all the time. I teach about it in my classes. Lots of classes we talk about forgiveness, the power of forgiveness, and what we say, well, forgiveness is not about the other person, it's about us. How do we walk through this situation? How do we feel about ourselves after whatever the trauma or something has happened? Can we let it go so we can live a happier life? But in the video, the woman says, well, actually, forgiveness is not only about you, but it's also about the other person. Because you actually free them up to be a better person. And that really hit me this week. It really hit me this week, and I was like, oh, crap. I guess I'm going to have to do my forgiveness work. And I was resisting it. I didn't want to. And that's okay. But I recognized the first thing I had to do was say yes to the possibility. Because I don't want to be a contributor to somebody else's harming other people. And so my own forgiveness could actually release that person and up-level that person in their lives and in my life. Because we're all connected. Now, I got it, but I didn't get it until this week. A few of us take a little while. But the truth is that we have the power and the ability to up-level all of existence by up-leveling ourselves in our own life. Every time you say yes to your own creation that is towards love, that is towards peace, that is towards harmony, that is towards creative expression, every time you make that choice, you actually make it on behalf of everybody. Every time you make that choice, you actually make more love available for the world. Every time you make the choice of peace, even when you don't want to, and you choose to be a stand for peace, you have the ripple effect upon all of consciousness. So I'm wondering if you'd be willing to say yes to yourself and to all of creation. Because you are the source, the genesis of all of creation. So I'd love for you to just close your eyes. We're going to do a little meditation right now. Just close your eyes for a minute. And I'd like you to picture the vastness of the cosmic universe expanding, unfolding in all directions without any boundaries. Imagine stars being born and dying in a constant state of emergence. And see your own consciousness as the space that infinite cosmos arises. Realize that you are the very ground of all that creative energy. You are the place where that springs from. You are the source conscious field that allows all finite things to happen, and that you are ever free, ever infinite. Imagine your consciousness expanding further, transcending the physical universe itself, becoming pure, unmanifest awareness. You are that ultimate, eternal, all-pervading consciousness. Recognize the freedom of your true nature beyond all limitation. And in this spacious, unlimited place, imagine that all things are possible. There are no boundaries for what you can experience or create or become. You have the infinite creative power because you are the infinite source where creation happens. Now call to mind your highest vision, that whisper of your soul's calling, that self unto self. What is the grandest way you feel invited to express your divine essence in this life? Give it space to expand, to be the brightest, boldest vision of possibility. Feel your energy, the joy and the sense of permission inside your heart and inside your soul. Realize that this is not a fantasy, but the universe dreaming its next creation as itself, in and through and as you. You are the infinite source consciousness, making it so. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, raise your hand in a gesture to affirm yes. Yes, I allow myself permission. Yes, I give myself permission to fully live this highest vision. Yes, I recognize that I am one with the infinite self. Yes, I am. I am the yes that I am. And so now I want you to open your eyes, put down your hands, and I want you to look around the room, and I want you to see the yes in each and every person. I want you to affirm your yes. And if you're online, maybe look in a mirror, or if you have somebody with you, look at them. And affirm the yes that you are, and affirm the yes that they are in each other's eyes. And see that yes, feel that yes, and embody that yes. And here we are. Yes. Because I want you to know that that was a seed that planted itself. And that seed planted itself, and the best news is that you don't have to figure out how it unfolds. Because the universe is the rich soil of all creation that has everything needed in it for you to have the fullness of yourself manifest, bloom, grow into the fullness of that creation. It's already seeded inside of you, and the universe, this space of creation, this reality that we say, is the place for you to have all the conditions ripe for that to unfold. And so recognize it whenever you see it. Know and affirm it. Say yes to it constantly, daily. And make it welcome. Because in this universal consciousness, in quantum physics, we talk about how all possibilities are available. That everything is unlimited possibility. All potentiality, all availability, infinite. And by us saying yes to something, it's like it collapses reality into the truth of that. That's what quantum physics says. And so why aren't we using this more? Why aren't we dreaming it more? Why aren't we making ourselves available to it more? So today I want you to claim and know it, not just on behalf of yourself, but on behalf of each and every person that you come in contact with. That you see the infinite potentiality that they are as you move through your day. And you might walk past a little plant that reminds you of the beauty that you are. The trees tell us of who we are made of. The flowers that are blooming. Even the clouds that sometimes look so terrible are the things that water and nurture the things that we want in life. And so I encourage you to look around you and find that permission in life. Because sometimes you give permission to things that you don't want. Like I was driving the other day, a long time ago, actually it was a long driving, not the other day, but the other day a long time ago, to go meet my wife. And we were having lunch, and we sat in our car. And as we were sitting in our car, this person pulls out of their driveway. And they're getting really close to Gina's car. And when they get close to Gina's car, Gina says, "Yeah, go ahead and hit me." And the car went ahead and hit her. And then she looked at me, and I looked at her, and she's like, "I didn't really mean it." But how often do you do that? You say, "Oh yeah, go ahead and do that crappy thing. Go ahead." It's like, no. Let's give permission to the things that we do want. And the things that we don't want, let's not focus our attention on that. Because as we focus our attention on it, we give it permission to come more into our lives. But as we focus our attention on the expansiveness, on the love, on the quality of joy, and the self-givingness of life, we attract more of that into our life. You know, there's a scientific term called emergence. Emergence, it's a complex system that they reach there's like quantum leaps that happen where a new integrative order comes about because the conditions are right for that complex system as it's working in the fullness of its nature, the fullness of what it is. All of a sudden there's a quantum leap that happens. It jumps from one place to the other place. This is emergence. It's a scientific term, but this is who we are. So if you're willing to start creating the conditions to make yourself ripe, which is having that sacred yes within you, seeing the vision, doing your spiritual practice, which means meditation, prayer, journaling, whatever the spiritual practice is that your soul's calling. If you keep doing that, you create the conditions ripe for that quantum jump to happen in your life. So who wants to do that? All right, a few people, yeah. Well, you know, the way that you do it is to keep doing your practice. To every day wake up into the new awareness of who you are. Is to remind yourself, to surround yourself with people and community who can say, "I see you, I love you, and I believe in you." Because oftentimes we have these periods in life where we forget that. We fall from grace. We behave in ways that are not like we wanted to behave. And in order for us to be reminded of who we are, we need community like this. I would encourage you to get a prayer partner or sangha, to join a class, to bid on Gourmets for God. Just because the more you're surrounded in community of people who see you for who you are, the more you're going to remember that's what you were made and brought here to be on this planet. So I believe in you. And I believe in me. And I believe in the infinite potentiality that says yes to each and every one of us. And so I am so grateful to participate in this. And I just want to remind you that you are the one. You are the one. You know, each and every myth and story is about some sacred hero where they're reminded that they're the one. But it's all resonant for us because we are called to be the one in our own life's journey. To say yes to that mythic quest of our own souls unfolding. So remember, you are one with the infinite field that births all creations. The second thing I want you to remember is all possibilities and all potentialities are open to you at all times. You just have to claim and know it. And the third thing I want you to know is that you have the power to be the midwife or the creator of entirely new dimensions and possibilities that were never possible because you are in the world of creation. And if you say yes, and you have the conditions that are ripe, then you can create, not you, but the infinite will create through you that quantum leap so that you can have an entirely mind-blowingly awesome experience of life. And it's happened several times to people in this room and to people online, and it will keep happening because that is emergence. That is scientifically how life works. And it's working now through each and every one of us. So if you are really ready to have that truth emerge as your life, I want you to say, yes, I may. Yes, I may. One more time, yes, I may. Yes, I may. Third time's the charm, yes, I may. All right, let's pray. In that excitement, in that acknowledgement, in that affirmation, I recognize and know that the power and the presence of God, of source of creation, has said yes to each and every one of us this morning. And what I love and I appreciate is that the universe of creation, this thing called life, is the soil that has all the nutrients and the nurturing of each and every one of us so that we can be the most lively, brilliant expression of life that it seeks itself to be. It wanted it to be unique. It wanted it to be different, and it wanted it to be as each and every one of us here. And so I know and claim that we are the beloved one. We are the sacred one. We are the place where creation is loving itself so much that it birthed itself as life right here and right now so that we could fully experience itself. And just like Indra's net, where there's like a holographic expression, a jewel on each portion of the net, we reflect the beauty, the love, the light, the peace, the power, the presence that each other is in this life. And so today I remember that. Today I claim it for myself and I claim it for each and every person here. And I know without a doubt that love flows through me, that life flows through me, that creation flows through me, so that I can be a place on this planet that has that ripple effect into the cosmos. And I love it, and I appreciate it, and I acknowledge it, and I accept it. And I know and claim that the embodiment of it happens as the fulfillment of itself in and through and as each and every one of our lives. And as I surrender into that awareness, I know that life, that love, that joy creates in a way that's better than my mind can imagine, because I am the place where quantum leaps happen. I am the place where the emergence of the next level of creation is happening, because I am in that place right now. And for that, I am incredibly grateful. And so it is. Thank you very much.
Take a deep breath, everybody. Thank you, Abigail. I don't know about you, did you enjoy how she looked like a bird in the flowers up there? That's really nice. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights the star. The dearest things I know are what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are mine. You are the greatest composition, the perfect note that's pleasing to hear. You are your spirit's own physician, and you can heal yourself in the daily game. You can't create yourself, that job's been done. You can compose yourself, it's kind of fun. You are the people that you've turned to, and you are the one who does what you do. You're the greatest work of art. You're the greatest work of art. You're the greatest work of art. It's you.
All right, so I'm going to do some announcements, but we're kind of switching things up just a little bit because we recognize we had some new people come in recently who were like, oh, you didn't give me enough time to write my check. So here's what we do. We have announcements, and then after the announcements, we take the offering. So up and coming offering, here's the information about the offering. If you want to, do the Venmo or the PayPal or anything like that, it's up there. Meanwhile, I'm going to give you some announcements. The first thing I wanted to say is that today is a Sunday potluck brunch. We usually have the big potluck after second service, but we do have snacks downstairs after first service, so you're definitely invited to go downstairs in the fellowship hall, partake of that. And if you want to leave for a little while, grab some food and come back and hang out in community, we'd love to have you for that. In addition, Gourmets for God auction ends today. Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's Patrick. He's got the Gourmets for God auction booklet. You can look at it. There's baskets. There's Brian. They will answer any questions that you have. I've heard already that a lot of people have outbid each other on my event that I'm doing. Well, actually, I will say Deb Peters is teaching us how to cook Indian food, which is very exciting at my house. So that's an event. Also, Michael Wendt is doing the mandala rock painting. I'm actually going to be at that one as well, and I'm going to bless everybody's mandala rocks. And he's got his kayaks too, so he lives right off a lake, so if you want to kayak and you want to do the mandala rock painting and you want to jump on his trampoline, he's got a lot of fun things too. So I'll be at that one as well. I know Kathy Ann has like a crafty thing that she's going to do downstairs in the fellowship hall. That looks really exciting. I mean, there's 53 events. There's a lot of cool events going on. And I was thinking, sometimes I'll go to Seattle and I'll go do some fun food thing. And imagine all of the date nights you can have with people who are in community. You can get to know people at a deeper level and have some fun and have some food throughout the year. So please sign up. The auction ends at 1 p.m. today, so get your bidding booklet out and start that and bid for some of those baskets, except I'm going to win them, so just saying. So please do that. In addition, I want you to know that I had a couple of last-minute cancellations for the Lodge of Light Chakra Retreat that I'm doing this Wednesday. So if you're feeling called and you want to do a last-minute retreat, we do have a couple of spots that opened up. We would love to have you. Well, I would love to have you join me on Wednesday through Saturday in our Lodge of Light Chakra Retreat. It is very interactive and I want to say using sensory, like between the food and the music and the body movement. It's going to have chanting, and it's going to have a lot of really different ways for you to tap in and tune into your chakras. And we're starting from the bottom, we're going all the way up, and we'll be totally aligned by the end of the retreat. All right, so next Sunday, Kathy Ann is doing another Power of Love workshop. If you were in one of her first two workshops, would you raise your hand? Oh my gosh. Now, would you highly recommend it? Yes, highly recommend. So Kathy Ann is only doing it in person. If you're online, come on down next week, next Sunday. It's after second service. It's here in the sanctuary. And she's doing her brilliance. She's being her brilliance. And it allows you to feel and know the love that you are on this planet. So if you feel like you want to experience a little bit more love, please come next Sunday. Sign up for the workshop. She does have a cap of the number of people that she's going to have. And last but not least, I wanted to let you know that the neighborhood is having a garage sale, and we are participating in it. So if you want to donate items to our garage sale so we can sell them and make money for CBEC adult scholarships, we'd love to have you both volunteer and also give your highly valuable stuff to us so we can sell it. If you're ready to do some spring cleaning, I want to say that Sarah Lauren is here. She's the lead, so if you want to volunteer, please connect with her. Sign up, and donate your items as well. And there's a page out there, right, that people can, for more information, there's a sheet that you can find out about it. All right, and now, is come to that place where we give our gifts, tithes, and offerings. And what I recognize and know is that there's something in spiritual community that happens that has shifted each and every one of us. And you may not know it consciously, but I can tell you that there's a vibration that happens when people get together here. And we offer our services for free, so many services, because we want people to know who they really are. And if that's valuable to you and you want to be a contribution for other people, then I would encourage you to consider a gift to our center. And so whatever your gift is, hold it over your heart. Maybe you're just giving the gift of love. And know with me that this gift magnifies and multiplies that love. That it is a gift for both the giver and the receiver, which is all of us. And I'm so deeply grateful. I know that it magnifies and multiplies in ways expected and unexpected, and it shares its blessings across the globe. And for that, I'm grateful, and so it is. So I'd love to invite Jan up to put our offering basket down, and I would love to have you come and give your gifts or bless the offering, whatever way you want. Come on down.
And so in this moment, please join me in deep, deep gratitude as we invite our connection with that one life to complete our celebration today. And if any of today's experience has brought you as an individual to a place where you'd like a practitioner's support in prayer, please know that your practitioners today will be Ray, here to my left, to do in-person prayer for you. I will be back at the practitioner's table to take your written prayer requests, if that's your preference. My name is Alex. I'm he, him, and I identify as the one life that we all live in this expanding consciousness. And so I simply call our time together good, that this singularity of yes is now. And so it is.
All right, people, we done it. We done prayed up, so let's sing. This little light of mine, stand up if you feel like it. Come up on the stage if you like. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine.